Everybody, I'm going to do a quick example showing you the math.ceiling function because I want you to use that for your paint job estimator. So let's bring up my Python and I can show you what I'm talking about. So your program's gonna in there, it's somewhere gonna ask for square feet here. Here I've just hard coded it, okay? But you will ask the user to enter the square feet. They'll type it in and then you'll do your calculations from there. But the program says that for every 115 square feet, it's going to take 1 gallon of paint. So what we want to do is figure that out. So the way we would do it is we'd take the number of square feet, divide it by 115, and that should tell me the number of cans of paint that I will need to use. Okay, then down here I do a print. You will need this many cans of paint for this job. So if I run it, you see what I get down at the bottom? You will need 1.0 cans of paint. Okay, so that worked out good. But what happens once you go above 115? Like, let's say you got 5 extra square feet. You go to 120. If I run this program, see what it says? It says I need 1.0434782, et cetera, right? It's a really long decimal, and that's not what you're going to charge the user. So a painting company would come in, and if they had to get into that second can of paint or the 30-second can of paint, they're going to charge you for the full can of paint, correct? Yes, they will. So what I want to do is use a function called ceiling. Ceiling always rounds up. So the way we do it is we put math.ceil around your calculation. So here's my calculation for square feet. So whatever that turns out to, if it turns out to be 1.04, I want you to ceiling that, which means just round it up automatically. Okay, but check this out. If I run this program right now, it's going to come up with an error. See at the bottom it says name math is not defined. Now that's because the math library that has extra things in it, like trig functions and stuff, is not automatically included in the program. If you're going to use some of the more advanced things in the math library, what you'll have to do is put this line of code at the top of your program. Import math. So now when I run this program, see what happens? 120 square feet, that was 1.04. The math.ceil automatically rounded it up to 2 cans of paint. All right, and then you could take your 2 cans of paint and you could say, multiply that by whatever $40 it costs per can of paint. You could say it's going to be an $80 for paint costs. It'll be this much, and do the same thing for when you're calculating how many hours of labor too. I think they want 8 hours of labor for 115. Seems high, but we'll just stick with what the book says, okay? So I wanted to show you that and make sure you got that. Make sure you understood how the math.ceil worked, okay? Got any questions? Shoot me an email, let me know. But that should take care of that.